Hi guys, and welcome to unfortunately take 2 of this one, even though it's a bit more than that. But yeah, unfortunately the beer's already in the glass, which is a real shame because this isn't exactly a beer that I can just go out and buy again to start anew. Do you know what I mean? A little bit gutted about that because there's it's a bit of a special one because this was actually beer that was sent to me by my good friend on here, Tony Howard, who is of course a more involved in the brew tube side of things, being a home brewer, but he does dabble in the reviews, plus likes to use a good amount of Clash in some of his videos, which is fine by me. But yeah, he kindly sent over a box of beers to me today actually. A few of them were some home brews, which I'm sort of saving more towards Christmas. A couple of just, you know, other bits and bobs, and this beer is from one of his local breweries. And funny enough, it's a Christmas beer. So I just want to say a massive thank you once again to Tony. I'm going to put his link down below if you've not already subscribed. You might have seen him if you haven't subscribed on some of the chats that I've hosted. Just an all-round great guy, and very excited to try some of his actual creations. It's really exciting to be able to try something that someone's actually made in like their kitchen. But yeah, so I'm very intrigued about this one. So we're going over to the Windsor Eton Brewery, and these guys are based in Berkshire. This is the Mandarin Christmas Ale, which is clocking in at 4.7 in a 330ml bottle. So it's a small bottle than probably all the rest of the Christmas beers that we'll have in this series, but not to worry. Got a nice little glass there. And yeah, nice little story on this. Mandarin is our fruity festive favourite. Every year we drive over to the Hallertau region of Germany to pick up the special Bavaria Mandarin hops. It's these wonderful hops that give Mandarin its citrus aroma and the distinctive and refreshing flavour of Mandarin oranges. Sounds absolutely fantastic, doesn't it? So not exactly too sure what type of ale this is. Haven't looked into it, wanted to be nicely surprised. But yeah, cool looking label. I've got to say, it's not the most festive looking, but it's definitely an eye-catching label to me personally. Nice little wraparound, and the crown was a lovely plain sort of like copper looking crown. Beer in the glass then, and I haven't tasted it yet, but I have smelt it, and as you can see, that is really quite hazy. I was not expecting it to be as hazy as that, to be honest. You do find a lot of these breweries do like to filter the beers, but it's not only hazy, but I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it, but there's like a few little bits and bobs floating around in there. So it's sort of like a coppery, orangey, amber look to it. Actually really quite similar to the bottle cap. But yeah, nice amounts of light shining through. Rustic look to it as well. The beer poured with initially about 2 fingers worth of a slightly off-white head, but that's subsided quite nicely. So we shall see what we get on the aroma. And big orangey citrus notes. You know, satsumas, mandarin oranges, that sort of thing, tangerines. A little bit of the yeast is coming out in this one as well, but not overwhelmingly so. It is really nice and fruity, but not like tropical or in your face, but like actual, like you've squeezed a few oranges, that sort of impression. A little bit of a leafy herbaceousness in there as well. Nice crisp, biscuity malt character. It's got this like sherbetiness, but yeah, that orange whiff that you get from it is just really nice. So I'm very excited to try this one. So cheers guys, and cheers to you Tony. Thank you my friend. Ooh. That is really lovely. We're on a roll now, or we're beginning to be on a roll, because yesterday's beer was a nice sweet desserty one. This is like completely the opposite end of the spectrum. This is really nice and hoppy without it drying out the palate too much or becoming too overwhelming. Lovely sort of like spicy rye bread character coming out, but it's like you've got buttered rye bread and you've put some marmalade on. It's really nice. It's not like pungent or anything like that. It's not like really zesty as such or vibrant, but it is as if you have like squeezed a little bit of orange on your tongue, if that makes sense. I mean, yeah, in its own way, it is really festive and Christmassy. Maybe there's like a slight resininess in there as well. But it's like when you've got like dried orange peel in like a potpourri sort of thing, and it's like it's wafting through the room. You know, you've got your Christmas decorations up, and you've got that nice orangey, spicy, you know, warming autumn. Well, it's sort of like autumnal actually in a way, but you do get the impression of Christmas with this one. So I've a couple more sips and then I'll put the rest in, see if it changes. But look at that. How pretty is that in this lovely, cute little glass? It looks a little bit darker actually on camera. There we go, it's a little bit better, but it's not exactly a bright beer anyway. So let's see what happens when we get some of that head. It's like very subtle tartness in there as well. Carbonation is not too overwhelming, but it is a little bit gassy. So if you're going to drink this quick, you're going to be burping for God knows how long. But when you've got that head in there, and this happens a lot, I find, the head always makes that beer taste and feel a little bit smoother. Yeah, this is really, really, really nice. Quite fragrant. I've got almost like a slight, not lavender, like either a fragrant herb character coming out now. Maybe even like a subtle hint of thyme. It's amazing what's going on with this beer. And yeah, those hops are really shining through because they've got like this earthy spiciness, nice bitterness, but you do get that slight orangey, citrusy character coming through as well. I really, really like this. So we'll give it a swirl and pour it all in and see how the beer changes, and then we'll come to a conclusion. Wow, look at that, look at how creamy that looks. I just love the way it's just glooping out. You know, people would probably say you've shook it up a bit too much, but I just love it. So beer in a glass, and yeah, that's pretty much become opaque now. A little bit darker. Look at that, almost has like a very slight New England look to it, if I'm being honest. So is this like a pale ale? I'm not too sure what. Lovely orangey explosion on the burp. That caught me by surprise. Oh, it's so much better when you put all of the rest in there. Just, you know, if it's in the bottle and it's been released, chances are you can just dunk it all in and enjoy it. And that's the way you should do it with this beer. That body's bulked up a little bit more. It's smoothened out as well. Quite bold. That hoppiness has come out a little bit more. There's a bit more of a breadiness as well. Yeah, this is a really intriguing beer. It really, really is. And it's so nice as well. I'm going to have to stop drinking it because I need to get a thumbnail. But it's so drinkable, so thirst quenching. It's hoppy, but not overly so, especially in this climate. But yeah, this is a really refreshing change. It's fruity, it's resiny, but it's got those festive spices almost in there. And again, I can't shake the image of a nice, freshly, like, grilled piece of, or slice of rye bread. Spread a little bit of butter on, then put a bit of marmalade on. And that's it in the glass. Spicy, zesty, bready, slightly yeasty, bold. No really overwhelming flavours or anything like that. It just works really, really nicely. And I'm going to be on the lookout to see if any local outlets have like the odd bottle from these guys, because that is a really great first impression. And you know, sometimes starting a brewery with one of their like winter seasonals, not exactly the best place to start, but that is absolutely lovely. It really, really is a very pleasant surprise. I did not know what to expect with this one. For Windsor Eton's Mandarin Christmas Ale, it works as a Christmas ale. It's got the fundamentals there, but it's just a little bit different. Yeah, that's lovely. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. That's a really nice surprise of a beer, and one that I would definitely pick again. Even though I didn't pick it, I was gifted it. So Tony, I don't know if you've tried this one, my friend, but what a fantastic beer to send me. Yeah, if that's the quality that this brewery has, I want to try more of them, so I'm going to be on the lookout for them in the future. So Tony, massive thank you for letting me try this one, and of course for subconsciously contributing to this, what could still be a failed series. I'd actually say this is the best beer that I've had so far. And it's going to take a lot for a beer to beat that, to be honest. Especially with every brewery doing like a Christmassy, festive sort of beer. So yeah, if you've tried this one, then let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Are you a fan of the brewery? Any recommendations? Always appreciated. Not just from the brewery, but also from Christmas beers in general, because I'd like to do this sort of thing every year. Just try the ones that I wasn't able to try like this year and like that sort of thing, because I think every brewery sort of does like a Christmas beer. Doesn't matter how much effort they put into it, they at least put a Christmas beer out. So yeah, check out the brewery, check out Tony Howard, most important. Check out the playlist for the previous episodes in this series, and whatever style this is, because I'm no expert, so I can't tell you what I'd class this style of beer as. It almost has like a slight English pale ale character to it, but I don't think it is. But whatever the style it is, according to Untappd of course, I will put that playlist down below if I do indeed have one. So if any of my friends and fellow beer tubers have reviewed this one, their reviews will be included. I'm not sure if Tony's reviewed it, but like I said, his link's going to be in the description box anyway. Check out Windsor and Eton, check out the playlist for my other Christmas reviews, and I hope you'll join me next time for another one. So yeah, whatever that beer may be, I hope you join me next time, and hope you've been enjoying your December so far, and hope you're looking forward to Christmas. You'll probably hear that a few more times as well. Anyway, bit of a longer video, thankfully I'm editing these down, probably only edit like 2 minutes out of it, all in all, who cares? Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I shall hopefully see you later. Need to get rid of this battery warning first before you can turn it off, because Apple sucks dick.